The corner, the corner, the corner. Hey, welcome. Come on into Cousin Ed's Corner. This podcast is where you will find real, authentic conversation, organic conversation, like you're at home with your cousin. It's about life, it's about finance, it's about spirituality, it's about love, and everything in between. I'm your host, Cousin Ed. I'm excited to bring you along on this journey to explore life. Listen, let's sit back and enjoy a wide range of topics. I have some diverse guests coming on, a wide range of spectrum of thoughts. My goal is to create a space for all of us to connect, all of us to learn each other, and all of us to communicate. It's really not about me. It's about the community as a whole. Let's enjoy this. Let's sit back. Let's think about our past. Let's move into our future. It's about the corner, the corner, the corner. So no matter how you cut it or slice it, we're all here together. I'm just here to give you a piece of my heart, my mind, my soul, and my mentals. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another episode of Cousin Ed's Corner. The corner, the corner, the corner. What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? It's your boy, Cousin Ed. We are back with another one. We are going to have a Thank God for Everything Friday. Thank God for everything Friday. So, wasn't sure what kind of show I want to do today. Was it going to be a Fabulous Friday? Was it going to be a Financial Freedom Friday? I wasn't even sure what I was going to do. But this week has been somewhat challenging in some ways, in many ways. But I just want to thank God for everything in it. And I wanted to give this story time and give a little prayer and just thank God, right? So I'll start off by thanking each and every one of you for participating, for being a part of Cousin Ed's Corner, for joining me in this adventure, in this neighborhood, in this space. So thank you. Please continue to share the show with your friends, family, and loved ones. I definitely appreciate it. So it's kind of difficult going through this, thinking about it, and wanting to talk about it. When you talk about things that touch home, things that are dear to your heart, sometimes it's difficult. So bear with me as I work through this, right? One thing I wanted to let me just jump into it. Today's conversation, today's prayer, today's discussion is for the sick and shut in. It's for the sick and shut in. Many of us may have those in our family, our friends, our loved ones. So I want to pray for them. Recently in my family, we are experiencing a sick and shut-in situation. And before I get into my family, I'll talk about one of my friends I had a conversation with earlier this week. And they talked about their loved one who's also dealing with their loved one and having to care for their loved one and how difficult it was. And I talked to them and I gave my sympathy and gave my understanding and try to be compassionate as possible. And at the same time, I was also going through it within my family. And it's not in my household, but it's my direct family. And it's difficult when you have loved ones, especially we're getting to that age. I think most of this community is maybe in my age range. But when you get a little older, you start getting that age range when you start parenting your parents. I may do a show on that, parenting your parents. But when you start parenting your parents and being their caregivers and being the ones that take care of them, it gets to that point where you start, how they say it, when it should get real, when you start making these decisions for your parents, it is big, man. It's big. So I have a group of my family members right now, actually 2 households that's parenting their parents, and watching and being close to them, but not directly making the decisions for them, is painful. Very, very painful in seeing the things that they have to go through. In one sense, because I love my loved ones, but in the other sense, also knowing that that day is coming too for me. You don't want to ever have to see your loved ones in that capacity. And I'm not talking about the capacity of bedridden. I'm talking about this, the capacity that they can't make some of the same decisions that they used to make for themselves, right? And it could be mental capacity, it could be physical capacity, right? But when they can't make the decisions for themselves, I think I did a show when Superman ain't super anymore, right? When you think about when they're not the same person that they used to be. And we all hope to maybe possibly get to that point. I mean, you don't want to be where you can't, but age and time catches up with all of us, right? There will be a point where you won't be able to drive. There will be a point where you might not be able to cook for yourself. It gets to that point in life sometime. But when you see it in its firsthand in your household, and you're the one making these decisions, it can be hard. It can be stressful. It could be daunting. It could be, why me? Why me? Why me? On the flip side of it, we want to thank God for the opportunity and the strength that He gives us to be that why person, to be that person to say that I'm able to do it. Even in the darkest times, He gives you that little light of strength, a little bit of energy to get up and do things that you never thought you'd be able to do. So, as you can tell, this is heavy for me. Being able to care for your loved ones is very, very difficult. And the ones who are sick and shut in where they can't do for their self. Having the mental capacity, having the physical capacity to do things for their self. I want to pray for those. I want to pray for the families. I want to pray for the people that can't do for their self anymore. We take for granted being able to get up and having, first of all, the physical ability to get out of bed and to do the normal routines, the normal things, being able to cook for yourself, being able to wash yourself, having that ability. We take those things for granted. And if you haven't gone through those situations, sometimes those are eye-opening situations to give you the clarity to see how good God is, to give you the ability to do these simple tasks. So I want to thank God for those, just the clarity of giving us the ability to do the simple tasks. But thank God for having the loved ones still here that we can go and visit, that we can see, the ones we can take care of, the ones we can cook for, the ones we can smile with, the ones we can just have joy with, the ones we can pray with. It's just so much that I could talk about in these situations. I remember when I was younger, and maybe I'm going a little bit further off topic, but when I was younger, my grandmother was in hospice and they sent her home. So I'm not sure who may be going through something like that. When I remember my grandmother crying out and the only thing she could do is hit the morphine drop. So praying for the ones who are sick and shut in, that can't take care of themselves. It's amazing how God will put the strong ones in their life, or make you strong enough to take care of them. So let's pray for not only the ones who are going through it, not the ones who are ill, but let's pray for their loved ones, having the capacity to take care of them. This is an emotional show for me because, like I said, right now, my family's going through it on 2 accords. And I ask for your prayers for my family, my cousins, my loved ones, my father, who's dealing with his I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult. So, like I said, it's not directly me, so it's not my father, for those who know my dad, but it's his loved ones, his sibling. Really touching. But I'm going to close this. Definitely volunteer for any kind of organizations, cancer organizations, any kind of research for Alzheimer's, for dementia, for any kind of diabetes, any kind of ailment. Volunteer for those organizations because families do need help. The Shriner organization for the kids who are sick and shut in. Anyone who's sick and shut in, volunteer for those organizations. Send some money, whatever you can do to help the families, to help find a cure for anything that's going on, any ailment. Send whatever donations you can. Go do a walk and raise some money for these organizations to help find a cure and also help the families. 762-333-2032, 762-333-2032. Leave your voicemails. If you're going through something like this, let's have a conversation about it. If you need any help or resources, definitely reach out to me. Leave me a voicemail. You can text me on that number also. If you go to cousinedscorner.com, that's cousinedscorner.com, you can actually leave a voicemail there. You can hit me up at info@cousineds.com, cousinedscorner.com. That's info@cousinedscorner.com. Send me an email there. I'm here. Come sit on the couch with me. Let's have these sessions together. It is painful, it is difficult, but it's conversations we need to have that not only you are going through it, but others are also going through it. And you have a community and you have love around you. So I feel each and every one of y'all love. So thank y'all very much. For those who know me personally and know about some of these situations, thank you for your continued prayers. For those who don't know, thank you for your future prayers. I pray for you. You pray for me. Let's all stay together, glued together. We're in this together. No matter how you cut or slice it, we're in this together. That is my mantra. That is the show's mantra. We're all in this together, no matter how you cut it and slice it. It's your boy, Cousin Ed, and I'm out of here. I love each and every one of you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Have a great, great weekend. Peace. Thank you for listening to Cousin Ed's.